Vande Mataram, everyone. I am your host, Meet Shah. Today, we dive into a subject that every Indian has heard, but only few truly understand. Is a subject so powerful that it shaped our freedom struggle, electrified our revolutionaries, and still echoes in the conscience of our nation. So, Vande Mataram, India's national song. And yes, before we begin, this is exactly the topic your favorite YouTuber from Germany and the UK or anywhere else will never touch, because this is not algorithm friendly content. This is not a far leftist content. This is not aesthetic India travel vlog content. This is about identity, sacrifice, and national consciousness, things that global creators do not understand and don't want to risk speaking about, because nations are not held together by geography, they are held together by shared symbols. Why every Indian should know this? Vande Mataram is one of the most sacred symbols created during our freedom struggle. Every Indian child can hum it, but very few know where it comes from, why it created waves across India, and why it still triggers debate in modern politics. So, today let's break the silence. A nation's soft power lies not only in GDP or military strength, but in its cultural icons. Just as France has La Marseillaise, America has the Star Spangled Banner, India has Vande Mataram. It conveys civilizational gratitude, saluting the motherland itself. This India is uniquely Indian, a country born not from the borders drawn by colonizers, but from a cultural civilization thousands of years old. When we say Sanatan Sanskriti, when the world questions India's unity, India's democracy, India's diversity, Vande Mataram answers the land itself is sacred, this land unites us. To understand Vande Mataram, you must go back to the late 19th century to one of the greatest minds Bengal ever produced, Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, IAS officer under the British Raj, scholar, novelist, patriot disguised by the circumstances. In his 1882 novel Anand Mat, Bankim Chandra wrote Vande Mataram in a hymn to Bharat Mata, symbolizing freedom from oppression. So, from authoritative sources including Anand Mat, 1882 edition, letters and essays of Bankim Chandraji, historical journals of Indian National Movement, records of 1896 Indian National Congress session. We know that Vande Mataram was first sung publicly in 1896 by Rabindranath Tagore. It became a national war cry for revolutionaries like Baga Jatin, Shri Aurobindo, and the Anushilan Samiti. British government tried to suppress it, calling it politically dangerous. That alone tells you its power. Imagine shouting Vande Mataram knowing it could get you arrested. Yet thousands did when Khudiram Bose marched to gallows, when young revolutionaries charged into colonial police lines, when freedom fighters met in secret safe houses. They said one thing, Vande Mataram. This is not just a song, this is a legacy of sacrifice. Now let's talk about the uncomfortable part. In every era, there will be people who twist history for political gain, pretend ignorance to look inclusive, attack national symbols to appear woke, or simply oppose for attention, money, or power. Some politicians across different decades and parties have tried to question the song's legitimacy, misinterpret its cultural meaning, create unnecessary divisions, promote alternative narratives for vote banks. As a journalist, point of view, I must say this clearly: criticizing Vande Mataram without understanding its history is intellectual laziness. Using it as a political tool is opportunism. Posing it for attention is nothing but moral bankruptcy. No Indian revolutionary ever rejected Vande Mataram. They understood it spiritually, culturally, and emotionally. But some modern voices try to weaponize ignorance to stay relevant. Why people become anti-national for money and power? This is human psychology. When national unity threatens someone's political strategy, they oppose unity. When national pride threatens their narrative, they oppose pride. When national symbols unite people, they try to divide. So anti-nationalism is not always ideology. Often it's pure opportunism. Divide people, cultural, capture attention, and convert into votes, money, or influence. But the price of that opportunism is paid by the nation, not the politician. So the latest Vande Mataram debate in Parliament. Recently, in parliamentary discussions, the topic resurfaced over debates on national symbols, issues of national identity, and arguments on whether every elected representative should willingly recite Vande Mataram. Some members passionately reaffirmed that If you take an oath to serve India, respecting its national symbols should not be optional. Others try to dilute the importance of the songs, citing selective interpretations. The debate reflects a deeper truth about present day India. When something ancient, sacred, and unifying enters politics, it becomes a battlefield. So, because this is not about the travel, aesthetic, drone shots, or curry reviews, your favorite YouTubers will never talk about this. This is about national spirit, colonizations, identity, sacrifice, blood, and freedom. Western influencers don't touch topics that requires deep historical understanding, challenge colonial narratives, or don't generate ad-friendly content. So they don't talk about the Vande Mataram because it forces them to acknowledge something uncomfortable. A colonized nation defeated an empire with nothing but unity, conviction, and cultural strength. Because if we forget that symbols that united us, we risk falling for the divisions designed to break us. Because if we don't understand what Vande Mataram means to our freedom fighters, we won't understand what our freedom really cost. And because a nation that forgets its cultural spine cannot stand tall in the world. Vande Mataram is not a slogan, it's civilizational gratitude, it's a cultural memory, it's a patriotic consciousness. Those who try to diminish it reveal more about themselves than about the song. And those who protect it are not nationalists. They are simply grateful descendants of freedom struggle won against impossible odds. So today, wherever you are watching from, stand tall, understand the history, respect the legacy, and say it with pride. Vande Mataram. See you in the next one. Thank you for watching.